Howdy, Possum Patty and the Soggy Bottom Bunch. And we're back. I'm saying that because we had a live today. Yes, from about noon to 2 this afternoon. And we had so much fun chatting with the Possum peeps, didn't we? They concur. Yes, they concur. And I had planned on doing some spring junk journaling, but I was inspired to draw a daffodil and paint it in with watercolors. And they had all these mini daffodils sitting here. I'm sure you've seen them, right? But because they were in here like all afternoon, they're out by the sun right now. Yes. So I started by sketching a daffodil, and I decided I would make two, and I would put one in my journal and I would give one away. Yeah, so I wanted to make two of them. And I said I would give away the one that I liked the best. Yes. Well, the first one that I did, I thought it was a little bit more graceful than the second one. So I said, okay, I'm going to give this one away. Well, I started doing them at the same time, but the one that I started first, okay. So yes, and I did random number generator, and all the Possum peeps that were in the chat, they got to pick a number, and Kelly was the winner. So I said, happy spring to Kelly. I signed this one and I dated it. This one will get off in the mail to Kelly, along with the finished possum for Angela. Yes, I finally finished Angela's little possum there. So I have two things to pop into the mail. Maybe I can get that done tomorrow. We'll see. And I have one daffodil here to put on a journal page. But that's as far as I got in 2 hours. It literally took me 10 seconds to draw each daffodil. Yes. A little bit longer to paint it in. Yeah, a little slower with the painting. Still didn't take me too long at all. But I did spend quite a bit of time chatting with folks. Yes, that was fun. I really enjoyed today's live. Oh, and we also talked about the new Possum Peeps Just Hanging Out page. Yes, it's on Facebook. I know some of you are on Facebook and some of you are not on Facebook. I have a Facebook account for a long time. I told this story earlier. Yeah, it's because my sister was doing a fundraiser and she wanted everybody in the family to get on Facebook and support her fundraiser. But yeah, so it was mentioned during the last live that it would be nice to have a little place where Possum peeps can share their work inspired by Possum Patty. Now, I said, I'll start a little Facebook group, but it doesn't have to be just work inspired by Possum Patty. No, it could be any kind of journaling or crafting or slow stitching or knitting or crocheting. As long as it's your creation, yes. And my rules are be kind and share your work, yes. And so that's it. So I started the group, and I could put a link below this video. I should have put a link below the live description. Maybe I can do that later. I might forget. Anyway, there's a Facebook group. You can go to Facebook and search Possum Peeps Just Hanging Out, or you can go to posts, POSTS, on my channel, my YouTube channel, and there's a link. So you could do it either way, but you have to, ask to be a member because it's private. I wanted a small private group, just a small private group, just Possum Peeps, where you feel comfortable, with your other peeps, and you can share work that you've done. Yes. What if you have a YouTube channel? You can put some links in if you want to your videos, right? Because this has to be your creations. This is just the peeps sharing what they've done. Maybe, maybe somebody did some daffodils with me today. I'm not sure. I didn't hear anybody say they were doing it, but if they did, I would love to see them on Facebook. Yes, I would. So that was our live. It was a lot of fun. And I said that I would come by later after dinner and do a journal page. I was going to do two. I know, big plans, right? Paint flowers and do 2 journal pages during the live. Doesn't matter. I always do an after the live page. So I'm going to do a page for my daffodils today, get that done. And then maybe tomorrow I'll do the page for the robins. So that's my plan. And if you're doing some journaling or just relaxing, maybe listening while you're knitting or crocheting, that's fine. But I'm inviting you to come on along. So I have a page from Edith Holden's Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. This was so popular a few years back. Yes, everybody had to have one of these to put in their journal. And I mean everyone. And they became so hard to find. Yes, so hard to find. This yellow flag it is. We have some of this growing wild down the road. I know, distracted. And I found this one. And it was really cheap. They became so expensive because somebody had cut something out in the back of the book. But I think it was only like, yeah, because of this, right? Somebody had cut something out. And yeah, so it was pretty inexpensive. So I'm cutting it up. I've been cutting up for a while. But there's a page with daffodils. So I thought I would cover one side with this, the daffodils. And it's not an original book. No, this is a reproduction. No, it's not a first edition. This is a reprint. It's a facsimile reproduction from 1906. Now, if this was a 1906 book, I would not be cutting it up for sure. It is a little vintagey, though. It's from the 70s and the 80s. So, you know, it's from the 80s. So it's still vintagey, even though it's not the original 1906 book. And then I want to put my daffodil. And I have a picture of Stinky Winky Wooes with the daffodils over by the door so they're getting some sun. And this page is extra tall because I didn't want to cut this picture when I put it in the journal. So I'm going to cover that up. I was looking through the scrap bucket that's under the table. And I was thinking about doing some stripes. And then I was thinking about doing some blue. Blue and yellow look so nice together, and it's very springy looking. But I'm looking at this page, and I got inspired by this little purple flower over here, which might be, oh, I love the eggs on this side. Aren't they gorgeous? Periwinkle, creeping myrtle, or something like that. Yes. I'm going to put that there. I'm going to put this over here. So I take a picture of this before I glue it down, because then I can print this side out. Strawberry leaves, cinquefoil. Eggs of birds which begin nesting in March. House sparrow, starling, wren, rook, thrushes, sparrow, song thrush, robin, and blackbird. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture of this so I have it. Then I'm going to cut it down to fit on the page. And then somehow or another, I'm going to put that over there and use the little piece of lavender that I'm inspired by that little flower over there. And then put my daffodil on there, which I have to sign and date. And then I can do my journaling there. So something like that. I had to stop filming for a second because I needed my phone, which I'm recording with, to take a picture of this. But now I am ready to put this down. No worries, because if I ever want to use that side, I'll just print it out from my phone. Let's see. I'm going to get this little poem up here. Daffodils that come before the swallow dares and take the winds of March with beauty. Shakespeare. Daffydowndilly has come to town in her yellow petticoat and her green gown. I love the way Edith Holden puts all these quotes. She has nature, but she puts in holidays and makes observations and puts in poetry and stories. Yes. I'm going to shave a little bit off of this side, just a little bit, before I measure. I don't know. Should I leave this one sticking up too? I could. Or I could cut it down to fit the page. Like this. Just a little bit. Doesn't take anything off, no. But this is going to take some off. I'm going to lose some of it, but that's okay. Not much. The tail of the bird. Oh, the purple flower. Oh. Oh, the purple flower. Well, I could cut that little purple flower and stick it back on there. Yes, I could. Couldn't I? Yeah. Oh, the purple flower. Okay. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. Grab a glue paper. Somewhere there's glue. Let's see, what do we have? We have glue stick and we have techie glue. Stinky Winky Wooes did not come to the live. She kind of slept through the live. Mr. Possum did walk by the window and peek in real quick, though. And the way the sun was shining, it was hard to see him, kind of reflecting on the window over there. That is a pretty picture, but I'm going to cover it up. But it's going to get covered up. Ooh, let's see. If I turn the book, that might help. Put this down here. Like that. And now, throw that down. I'm loving this yellow and white with these daffodils. So I'm going to measure that. Now, am I still going to put the purple? Yes, because I'm going to find a place to put that little purple flower. Even if I put it down here. But I would love for it to be over here, opposite this color. Let's see. Okay, first things first. All right, so first I'm going to measure this so it's the size of the page. And then, ooh, isn't that pretty? I didn't see that side. Oh, wow. What do you think? Is that too much? Maybe not. Well, I don't think that's too much. I'm starting to love it. Yes, I am. I'm starting to love it. All right, first thing I'm going to do is glue this on here just so there's a little purple border. And then I'm going to round the corners. And then I'm going to see how it looks on the page. Well, maybe I'll just round this corner up here, because this corner up here is rounded. See, like that. Okay. we're good. We're good. And this is heavy watercolor paper. I don't know how many grams, but I'm going to put a little glue stick. A little glue stick and some tacky glue. See if I can get it to stay down. I gotta stand up. Okay, I hope this stays down. Back to the journal. I know, I change horses midstream, don't I? I do that all the time. That's okay. I think I'll put a little bit of tacky glue on this too. More glue stick. A little bit of tacky glue. Just to hold the edges down. And now I'm going to do a little bit of journaling. Oh, I forgot about Stinky Winky Wooes. Stinky Winky Wooes is going to go on here. We can cover the bird. We can cover the bird and put it right up there. Or she'll fit in here. Do my journaling there. All right, I need a pen. I need to sign my flower over here before I forget. March 21st, 2025. Happy spring! The first full day of spring. It's a bit cold and windy, partly cloudy. I'm enjoying the peaks of sun, and so are the mini daffodils and Stinky Winky Wooes. My plan is to plant a bunch of mini daffs every spring, one bunch for every year we live here at Soggy Bottom. They are planted out front by the stone wall. And I did use the whole thing because I'm thinking that I want to give Stinky a little bit of a purple border and fit her up here. Let's see, I don't want to cover up this poem though. Will that fit in there? Not really. So I'll just have to put her in here. Put her in there like that. Yeah, and that's what I'm going to do. Put her in here like this. And the purple flower. The purple flower. Let's see, what can I do? The purple flower. I'm going to cut it out a little bit. Maybe cut that leaf off. And if I put it there, like that, it almost fits in, doesn't it? Yes. Just like that. No problemo. Oh, and I also took out some white lace because Anjo was telling me that she dyes hers with watercolors, and I had the watercolors out. I was going to try that. Something else I was going to do today, but we can try that tomorrow. Do the robin page. There, now I've got my little purple flower. got my little purple flower right there. Got my Stinky Winky Wooes and the mini daps, and I got my story, and I've got my painting. Well, a fun spread done, yes. First full day of spring. Lots of journaling and a watercolor and some Edith Holden and Stinky Winky Wooes, yes. Spring 2025 in my November 2023 journal. I'm just going to fill it up. Yes, I'm going to fill it up with journaling and friendship things and just get her done. Just get around to it. Yes, I'm finishing this one up. And this will be the third journal. Right? Yes. This will be the third journal finished in 2025. And yepers, there's a couple more that are 23, 24 that I should finish up in 2025. I never made that my goal, but it's working out that way, isn't it? So thanks for keeping me company while I just finished what I was doing during my live this afternoon. If you came to the live, thank you for keeping me company while I painted my daffodils. And if I missed you, I'm so sorry, but there is a replay. Happy junk journaling. Bye-bye. Suddenly, the little boy said, "How are they going to get out?" "That's right," said Mrs. McGillicuddy to Henry B. Swap. "How is he going to get his steam shovel out?" Henry B. Swap didn't answer, but he smiled in rather a mean way. Then everybody said, "How are they going to get out?" "Hi, Mike Mulligan. How are you going to get your steam shovel out?" Mike Mulligan looked around at the 4 square walls and the 4 square corners, and he said, "We've dug so fast, we've dug so well, that we've quite forgotten to leave a way out." Nothing like this had ever happened to Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann before, and they didn't know what to do. Nothing like this had ever happened before in Popperville. Everybody started talking at once, and everybody had a different idea, and everybody thought his idea was the best. They talked, and they talked, and they argued, and they fought, till they were worn out, and still no one knew how to get Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann out of the cellar they had dug. Then Henry B. Swap said, "The job isn't finished because Mary Ann isn't out of the cellar, so Mike Mulligan won't get paid." And he smiled again in a rather mean way. Now the little boy, who had been keeping very quiet, had another good idea. He said, "Why couldn't we leave Mary Ann in the cellar and build the new town hall above her? Let her be the furnace for the new town hall and let Mike Mulligan be the janitor. Then you wouldn't have to buy a new furnace, and we could pay Mike Mulligan for digging the cellar in just one day." "Why not?" said Henry B. Swap, and smiled in a way that was not quite so mean. "Why not?" said Mrs. McGillicuddy. "Why not?" said the constable. "Why not?" said all the people. So they found a ladder and climbed down into the cellar to ask Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. "Why not?" said Mike Mulligan, and so it was decided, and everybody was happy. They built the new town hall right over Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann. It was finished before winter. Every day, the little boy goes over to see Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann, and Mrs. McGillicuddy takes some nice hot apple pies. As for Henry B. Swap, he spends most of his time in the cellar of the new town hall listening to the stories that Mike Mulligan has to tell and smiling in a way that isn't mean at all. Now, when you go to Popperville, be sure to go down in the cellar of the new town hall. There they'll be Mike Mulligan and Mary Ann, Mike in his rocking chair smoking his pipe, and Mary Ann beside him, warming up the meetings in the new town hall.